Welcome to our interview series, You with Unicorn. Here we connect with people from different walks of life to understand what works for them and what not. I am Rashi Goel and I have with me today Ruqya Khan. Ruqya is the founder and smile strategist at Smiletastic. She is a certified life coach from International Coaching Federation, a TEDx speaker, a master practitioner of NLP hypnosis and timeline therapy. She is closely associated with NAMA Women Advancement Establishment, Badiri Social Entrepreneurship Program, and Sharjah Business Women Council. She is also been featured in Gulf News in 2020 for completing 443 hours of coaching within a record time of just 6 months. She is the co-author of Breakthrough, Secrets of Growth, Happiness, and Bounce Back from Women Around the World. Her mission is to enable stress-free relationship, and effective communication. Welcome, Ruqya. Welcome to You with Unicorn.
Welcome. Thank you so much, Rashi, for having me on board. I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you so much, Ruqya, for being here. I would like to start off with, I think, the most regular question ever. If you could share more about your journey to being a smile strategist.
Okay. So yes, it is a kind of the regular question, but let's give it a new twist today. Your conversations is about you with Unicorn, right? And that's precisely what I am for. I want people to take ownership of their life. And when I was given the opportunity to do a TEDx talk, I said yes. And in that TEDx talk was created the SMILE, the acronym for SMILE. It was at the time just a tool that I created because, every TEDx talk that I had seen always had a formula or some kind of a message. And I said, you move from feeling stuck to unstuck using gratitude and acceptance. And I said, acceptance comes when you smile. And I thought that was the end of it. But a year later, close to a year later, I was invited by a university to speak on happiness and stress management. And by this time, I was beginning to hone my oratory skills and, as a trainer. So I said, okay, let's run a workshop on SMILE, because happiness and stress management. And I ran a 90-minute session for high school students, for university students, and they stayed glued. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. I was literally ragging the kids, because those who weren't paying attention, obviously. So long story short, that experience made me realize that there's more to this. There is so much more that can be done with this tool that I've created. And so that thereon, I started doing mindset workshops, webinars on this. And no looking back. And I thought it's an interesting catch to say, hi, I'm a smile strategist. So yes, that's how it started.
Great. Just for your viewers, if you could also elaborate what SMILE actually stands for.
Okay. So again, when you're stuck, there's so much going on in your mind, right? So I say acceptance to any situation, good, bad, ugly, comes when you smile. And S stands for silence your mind. M is for manage your attention. I is identify the intention. L, let things go. And E, energize the possibilities. So 5 simple steps, but they bring you to a space of alignment and balance when you are feeling a little off during those difficult times.
Wow, I think I now understand the reason why those university kids were glued to your session. That's really amazing how you've picked up a word like smile and just made it into this beautiful acronym.
Thank you.
Great, great. I also understand you've lived across various countries. You've worked across, with global professionals. What, according to you, are the top 3 skills that every professional needs to imbibe to become a successful global leader?
Okay, I have lived across different countries and presented my SMILE strategy to different audiences. And what I've learned is the ones who are the most curious are the ones that really move forward faster. Those that are childlike, and yes, and no reference to myself though, those who've kept their inner child alive. It's so important, Rashi. When we come to a particular position, we think that, oh no, it's below me to behave in a particular way. But guess what? You have so much fun when you're childlike, right? When you're curious like a child. So I think a person who keeps their inner child alive is always in a space to ask those difficult questions, ask those stupid questions that we might call them, and just to move forward. And if you ask me for the third one, that would definitely be creative. So someone who's creative in their thought process, someone who's creative in their relationships, someone who's creative in the workspace and home space as well, uh, is I think the three things that a person needs to have to be a successful entrepreneur.
Great. I think a lot of leaders would really learn from that, because that does come with experience, right? We sort of put ourselves within a mold and we forget what it was to become a child and question actually everything, like why is the sky blue or why
Yeah,
is the tree leaves green, etc. Those,
yeah.
like you said, stupid questions. But
Why not? I run my meetings at ice cream parlors. I don't go to coffee shops. No, really, honestly, anyone who's met me for a meeting, they let's catch up over over. See, I'm not even saying coffee. Let's catch up over coffee, and I say, would you prefer ice cream instead? And if instantly the answer is yes. And if somebody says no, then I have to rethink. Do I really want to work with this person? But no, just joking. If you like coffee too, I'm good to work with you. But there's this joy in meeting at an ice cream parlor and just like becoming a kid again. It starts out with such a big smile.
I'm waiting to meet you personally
Sure.
and go for an ice cream now.
Let's do that someday. Sure.
Great. Thank you so much for that. I think this is a very interesting way. A lot of people will understand how these little things make, help you be a child, even at whatever age that you might be. And the simple things which add so much value to us help us connect with people at a very different level.
True.
Thank you for that simple tip. I think we are going to use that more often now.
We
Everyone in
should.
the future, I hope to not meet you in coffee parlors, but in ice cream parlors.
Absolutely.
Great. I remember that you were also an esteemed panel for our International Girl Child panel discussion that we had way
Yes.
back in October. During that program, you talked about grow as a
Yes.
strategy.
Yes.
I would really love if you can also elaborate a little on that, what grow stands for and how that can be used by people.
Okay. So I spoke of grow at the Women Economic Forum. It was something that I had freshly come up with, and I thought that would be a good platform to start with, and yours as well, because we were talking about all the hurdles that people grow through. And grow is as simple as gratitude, resilience, ownership, and wonderment. So when you are in that situation where you feel like the entire world is tumbling upon you, where all your troubles are upon you, you've got challenges, you've got situations that are really ugly, mucky, and dark to face. I say, imagine that you were a seed. Imagine you were a seed with the power to grow. A seed needs to be put under manure. I'm just going to use manure as a safe word but you know what I'm saying. It has to
Yeah,
go through stuff so that it can sprout, so that it can grow, so that it can find its nourishment. In fact, it takes its nourishment from the manure.
absolutely.
So grow through that. Have gratitude for everything, even the challenges. I mean, we're great at saying thank you to God when He gives us a blessing. But what about the times that we're challenged? Do we still say thank you to God because we know that He's got our back? God, universe, source, whatever you may think of. Resilience. It takes a certain amount of resilience, crazy resilience, to be stuck in a pandemic and still smile.
Yeah.
you know a lot of us have done that. We've shown it. You guys have grown so much during this time, right? So it took resilience for you to say, no, things are a little murky right now, but we're going to be the light. So
Absolutely.
ownership is all about owning, even if it's a fear, even if it's a failure, even if it's a flaw. Owning it and saying, yes, this has happened to me, but that was the past, and I'm not going that way, I'm going this way, so I'm going to look this way. But yes, this is still a part of me, and I'm in acceptance of it, and this is what I'm going to do about it. So either you keep it that way or you shift it around, and then you move forward with that identification. And W stands for wonderment. Again, curiosity, childlikeness, asking those questions, wondering what else is possible, and not just getting stuck in that, oh my God, everything's on me. So as briefly as I could.
Great. I think this is really amazing, and I really appreciate the fact that you did mention we have also grown. And
We
while we were not
have.
well aware of the model, but if I think of it, the journey did have gratitude, resilience, ownership, and wonderment within little flavors, or if it's some here and there.
Yeah,
But definitely great. I think this is a very good thought for everyone who's been through the pandemic. Like everyone's been through the pandemic, definitely, but maybe not had a really good time and wondering why such a bad time came upon me. But I think it's about the perspective. Like Ruqya just mentioned, have that attitude, look at grow as a model for yourself, and you'll be out of it soon enough.
definitely.
Thank you so much, Ruqya, for that. I mean, so much has been said. We have Women's Day coming up shortly. So, if you could, this year's theme is choose to challenge, given that we have gone through challenging times, etc. What would you choose to challenge in the current work environment, if I may ask? Specifically, if you can also give a women's perspective on that, would be really
Okay.
helpful.
I think the theme that I'm going with, I know it's choose to challenge. I think that itself is a challenge to say, but I think being kind. I'm all for being kind this time. I guess all the more because we're going through a tough phase. We've gone through various challenges globally, and if we could, in this scenario, be kind to each other, man, woman, child, anybody, if you could just be kind to yourself first and then share that kindness with somebody else, because if you're beating yourself up for going through a rough phase, if you're beating yourself up for possibly losing a job, or just whatever it might be that you've gone through, it's not going to help you. So if you could just challenge yourself to be kind in the times that you feel challenged, now that's a challenge to take up. That's something that I would choose. Just be kind to yourself.
Wow, awesome. So actually, that was my next question, but I guess you already answered that.
Go for
Oh,
it.
great. With that, thank you so much, Ruqya. Thank you for giving us your time. And just before I let you go, you've shared about Smile, you've shared about Grow, and a lot of people have gone through the pandemic. You just talked about it. Could you also leave us a message, given that you work on stress-free relationships, you work around parenting, etc.? What would be your message for our viewers who've gone through this rough time last year? How to take up the upcoming year in a new spirit? With respect to relationships, with respect to, parenting has become a challenge with work, study from home and work from home, everything. Just a short message.
A short message would be give yourself me time. I think the reason a lot of us have struggled is because we haven't had time for ourselves. We've been surrounded by everybody and we haven't given our own self time. So I think the inner child is kind of like wailing and saying, okay, listen to me, I need your attention. So if you could just set yourself like 15 minutes, even 15, 5, 15, and I don't mean 15 minutes in the loo. I mean 15 minutes with yourself, conscious 15 minutes, switching off all your gadgets just with yourself. If you could give yourself that time and just focus inwards, maybe focus on your breath, maybe just write something down to be grateful for. Do not sit there to make a to-do list. Just give yourself time. Yeah, so that is definitely going to be something that will help you through energize your day.
Awesome. Like you said, I think I did, take that note when you said don't sit down and make a to-do list. A lot of us, when
Oh
we
yeah,
think about me time,
no,
we
no,
sort of
no.
try to structure the rest of the day within our me time.
No, that isn't called me time. That's called planning your day. Giving yourself time. Maybe you're listening to some music. Maybe you're listening to a song that really peps you up. Even that is me time. Maybe you're dancing like nobody's watching.
Yeah,
Anything just for yourself.
great, great. Awesome. I think there's so much that I could quote back from this particular discussion we just had, Ruqya. And I think this is something which I will definitely watch again, especially on a
Thank you.
blue day where I would want that motivation to be childlike again and, think about all the gratitude in life. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
It was
Rasha. Thank you for having me.
lovely having you here. And for everyone out there, we'll be back soon with more guests and more insights. And to know more about the Unicorn People and Ms. Ruqya Khan, please click on the links in the description box. If you liked our discussion, please do like, share, and comment the same. If you did not like the discussion, do write to us and we'll make changes for the upcoming videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you
Super.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.